right, guys, it's Naima Healer here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope all is well with you. If it's not, I hope that you are able to really work in this present moment and decide on what you need to do right now with what you have to get over what you need to get over. Whether it's a simple conversation that needs to be had, whether it's a small baby step that you need to take right now, maybe if it's something you need to let go of. Think about what you need to do in this very moment to get a little bit closer to solving what's going on. So now we are still in the family court cards and we're going to focus on the knives, okay? So when I think about the knives, I think about up here. It's all in the mental. The knives represent your thoughts, your ideas, and your beliefs, okay? So let's not waste time. We're going to get into the Mother of Knives, all right? You see the Mother of Knives here. She's actually dressed as a member of a secret society. If I recall correctly, it is the Order of the Eastern Star, and she's what you call a bibliomancer, and that means she uses the Bible as her guide here. And I like that the knife is pictured as cut in between that, okay? She uses that Bible as her guide, all right? So when this card comes up in a reading, remember, the family cards, if they don't represent people, actual people in your lives, they represent these qualities. So when this card comes up, look at those eyes, guys. Those eyes are really perceptive, almost like they can see into your soul. So on the positive side, we have this warrior type woman, all right? This queen type woman. She's very independent. She's very witty. She's very analytical, all right? She's very, very perceptive. And one thing, when you do your descriptions and kind of like scan the picture top to bottom, the eyes are what like really stood out to me. So if you do think about cards in the negative, she's going to represent that exact opposite, okay? So she could be cold-hearted, she could be rude, she could be aggressive, she could be kind of bitchy, all right, is one of the words that was used in the book. So this is the Mother of Knives. And perception and perceptive is the one that really is the key word that kind of sticks out to me, and it's those eyes that jump out at me. All right, second, we have the Father of Knives, all right? So we have an older gentleman here, very well-dressed, well-to-do. And what we have here is we have this circle, and I would imagine that there's salt around that forms that circle. And inside we have a lot of broken timepieces, okay? And when I see this man here, he's a very just man. He knows that in due time, things will work out. Everything has an ending, all right? There's a time and a place for everything. And he's a very dominant man, all right? So we have our dominant woman, we have our dominant man, and he's also a warrior. So when we see him, we want to think of just a just man, intellectual, a dominant man, all right? Really assertive and can get things done. And now remember, if you want to consider the reverse, it can be an also too domineering man. Tyrannical, really stubborn, even abusive, okay? So you want to think about those people you know are those qualities that might be present in the situation that you're trying to consult about. All right, next we have the Daughter of Knives. And the Daughter of Knives kind of reminds me of someone. Sometimes I get readings done and the messages come so fast to her. So as you see here, we see this woman, and we have a lot of spirits reaching out to her. And all of the messages that are coming just so fast, right? She almost doesn't have time to keep up with all of it. So when we see this card, we see a woman that's very like action oriented. She's very direct, and this could also signify messages coming quickly. So pay attention to the signs, like they're going to hit you like back to back. So you really want to make sure you pay attention. And the negative side as well, she can be kind of ineffectual. All right, not getting things done, very much the opposite of action-oriented, even acidic. And when I think of acidic, thinking of like maybe a toxic figure in your life. So think about that. as well, okay? So that is the Daughter of Knives. And our last card in this video is the Son of Knives, okay? So what's really interesting about this card is, okay, we see this man, all right, he's getting prepared for a fight. And he has a small little razor blade and he has a longer knife in his hand and he's ready to do business. And at this time, this card is based off people having battles, and no matter who won, the family, the person of the family who lost, they didn't seek any revenge, because to them, the fight happened under God's watch, God's eye. So there should be no retribution on the family's behalf, because what happened was supposed to happen. So when we see this card, we think of innovative. And I know you're probably like, how can this card be innovative? I mean, think about it. He has his longer blade, his shorter blade. He's able to cut at long distances. If the person gets too close, that's very innovative to make sure you have those two tools, really thinking about what you may need in battle. Also, when we see this card, it represents like a vigilant person, someone that's really energetic. And so again, if you think about this in reverse, it's going to be everything and the opposite, all right? So someone that might be too overly pushy, too toxic, too prone to really like hustling, but not like hustling in a good way, but a really shisty or shady hustler, like maybe a scammer or something like that. So it could represent, again, if not the actual person, some of those attributes. And another thing about this card that I failed to mention is it could also signal your own tendency to provoke people. So how do you provoke people? Do you not let things go? Do you bring up things? Like, what do you do? Do you have a tenacity for gossip? Like, what are the things that you do to kind of provoke others? So again, the knives are all about your mental, all right? It's all about your thoughts, your ideas, and your beliefs. So again, subscribe if you learned something from the video. Homework is always the same. Really look at these cards, write down the description. Think about how they resonate today in your life, and think about 1 to 2 keywords, okay? So when I say 1 to 3 keywords, but if I'm trying to remember these cards, and let's say I start with the Mother of Knives, perceptive, I told you guys is my keyword. I'm here with, let's say, the Father of Knives, I think of a just person, all right? Or intellectual, that can be 2 keywords. When I think about the Daughter of Knives, I think about action-oriented and lots of messages coming in. I know that's more than a few words, but those are like a couple of key terms that I use, or key phrases that I use. And then Son of Knives, I think of something that's really vigilant, and it's just also a reminder of where might I be going wrong to provoke people, all right? So like, share, I'm excited, comment, tell me your journey. How's it coming along with you memorizing these cards? Are the videos helping? Once I get through all the cards, I'm gonna try to do that over the next couple of months. We're gonna get into some of those readings, all right? Some of those spreads and how we put it all together to make sense of the messages, all right? So Naima Healer signing off, until next time.